Well, welcome you here to the Life Center. Do you all want to join along with us? The right place at the right time. That's where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Yes, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, alright, alright. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Yes, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Are you okay today? Are you all right? Sure.
I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Never know what happened. You got the invite.
Well, if you were to wake me up now. Hi, everybody. Happy Easter. Is Passover today, too? Yeah. Yes. How exciting. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Spiritual Life Center, everyone. A welcoming and inclusive interfaith spiritual center where people come together to enrich their lives to make the world a better place. We study and put into our lives empowering spiritual principles and tools for happiness, successful living, and loving relationships. My name's Kristen, and I'm so happy to see everybody here today.
Hey, Kristen!
And if you're new here, our restroom is straight to the back on the left-hand side. And feel free to get cookies and goodies, except during the meditation. And now here's Reverend John.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Newcomers, wherever you are along your journey of faith, you're welcome in this place. Do we have any newcomers today? Raise your hand. Let's see. You newcomers? All right, good. So, feel free to bring newcomers with you. Feel free to bring guests. There's no extra charge for bringing a guest. I love this. I love to do this, take time for thought provocation at this point in our service. I love this so much. Can you all read it? It says, Mom, what is normal? And Mom answered, oh, it's just a setting on the dryer, honey. So don't feel like a compulsion to be normal, like I do. I love this song also. Yeah, well, I didn't believe in reincarnation when I was your age either. Says the kid to the old man. Isn't that great? And this is lastly. In many shamanic societies, if you came to a medicine person complaining of being disheartened, dispirited, or depressed, they would ask one of 4 questions. When did you stop dancing? When did you stop singing? When did you stop being enchanted by stories? When did you stop finding comfort in the sweet territory of silence? And that's why we do 2 things here. We sing, and we snap and clap. That's the endorphins going. And then we meditate too, in silence. So, call me a shaman if you will. Okay, shaman. Should we sing a song of praise the good way? Well, which one do you want to do? Can we choose heaven today? We can choose heaven today. Sure. Pay no attention up here. Call Mike. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing peace today. Love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Heaven. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. And the song of praise is a good way to start your day. It's a very good way. Maybe next Sunday we'll do that. Yes, it is a good way. Yeah. Okay. Okay, please let your friends on social media know about us. I know some of you've already been over there on social media posting pictures, haven't you? Thank you. Good. Good. Please remember to silence your cell phone. And child safety first. When doing social media, please don't post a photograph of our children without their parents' express permission. Tigers versus New York Yankees, Thursday, April the 23rd is a 1:08 kickoff of the Tiger game. We might have a few tickets left. We might have a few, I don't know for sure. You can, yes, sure, you can go. So if you're interested in being on the hold list, let me know your name and how many tickets you're looking at. We've got to pick a date to do the, Kenneth, who's taking a vacation for the Spiritual Life Center, I think. Kenneth was nominally at least in charge of our blanket brigade. And so we need somebody to take that by the horns and say, okay, I'll be the one to be in charge of putting the hygiene kits together and organizing the team to do that. So if you're willing to do that, talk to me after the service, if you would. I've got six bags of Kotex and tampons in my basement, more than any man should ever have in my basement. I put on huge garbage bags, hundreds of them. And now we also need soaps, detergents, shampoos, toothbrushes, toothpaste. We have some of those, not many. We had a donation of $181, which will buy some of that stuff and buy the bag. And so we buy bags. It rings a bell. Somebody bought bags, was going to buy bags to put them in.
He just talks about it.
Okay. So we have $181 that's been donated to us by the Mardi Gras committee. It's our share of that. And so that will buy some stuff, but not all. Oh, there we go. That's from the Blanket Brigade's past. Marketing meeting team to catch up on where we are with some of our projects. Next Sunday, marketing team members, would you rather meet here for 10 minutes after, or would you like to go to lunch after? Meet here? Meet here? So next Sunday, stay afterwards 10 minutes? That will work for everybody? Okay, good. 10, 15-minute meeting. I guess that's it. Any questions? Let's meditate. You can bring those lights down. Thanks, Deborah. All right, we close our eyes now. Go to peace. So I just invite you to close your eyes. Make sure your cell phones are unplugged or turned down. And we meditate together. We focus upon the breathing. Yogi Desai teaches his disciples and those who will learn meditation from him. Great Indian yogi teaches people to rub out their foreheads because we hold so much stress in our forehead. And breathe deeply as you do that. You might notice that the temporomandibular joint, which is where your jaw meets your cranium, that holds a lot of tension and stress, and it's a good idea also to rub out the temporomandibular joint. And then if you like, you can take your palms of your hands and hold them over your eyes and warmly caress your eyes and the muscles around your eyes while you breathe lovingly and deeply into those muscles. You might notice that as your face muscles relax, so do your legs and your upper legs and thighs, your pelvic region automatically begins to relax as your facial muscles relax. And we focus now upon the breath. The breath anchors us to the presence of spirit within us. The breath anchors us to this eternal moment of now. We pay attention only to this breath. We don't have to go into the future or into the past because this breath is now. And we lovingly and gently return the focus back to the breathing. The mind will take it and run with the focus through lists of things to do and through regrets and through things that we should have said and through things that we're going to say. And we just gently and lovingly bring that focus back to the breathing. Lovingly and gently, we turn our focus to the presence of the breathing process, noticing how the breath enters the body, how it expands the tummy, relaxes the body, and then leaves. And then repeats that process again and again. Look through your body and notice how it feels. Look through your chest muscles and your abdomen and see if there's any tension or stress. And if you're willing to, take a nice deep breath and release that stress. Look through your shoulders and your arms. And breathe deeply and release any stress. Look through the pelvic region, the area where you sit. And consciously allow those muscles to relax, all of them. All the muscles of your pelvic region. Take a deep breath and release them. Often we find that as the pelvic muscles release, so does the jaw, and vice versa. Notice the muscles of your legs, your feet. Take a nice deep breath and relax those muscles as well. We breathe and relax in the loving presence of God. That Christ's presence within us rising today, transcending the human limitations of ego, rising above our petty jealousies, angers, resentments, our petty desires for immediate gratification, lifting us to a higher place as we resurrect from the death of our own ego and are lifted to a higher place in the Christ consciousness, wholeness, universality, love, and connection with our fellows. We give thanks. So grateful.
this very moment, there is love, and I am whole. In this very moment, there's a peace within my soul. In this very moment, there's joy all around me. In this very moment, there is breath and I am whole. In this very moment, there is light and I am whole. In this very moment, there's a war within my soul. In this very moment, there are blessings all around me. In this very moment, there is breath and I am whole. In this very moment, there are blessings all around me. In this very moment, there is life and I am whole.
That's the sweetest song. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, John, man. You guys, you all wrote that original song you wrote. It's so sweet. So lovely. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Passover. Children, I want you all to know Memphis and Townsend. That room there is locked, where you usually go. It's locked today because the play that's being presented here during the week and last night has taken over our room, and they apologized to us for that. You can go play. They've opened that door back there. You can go play in the back there if you wish to. You can? Okay. But don't go running through the rest of the place. Just play the other room there. Feel free to do that. Oh, but first, before you leave Memphis, I have some really bad jokes about Easter, and you don't want to miss them. And Mike, no need to do that thing that you do, create that thing. So, how do you catch? And I know that you know the joke that I told you. How do you catch a unique rabbit? How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on them. How do you catch a tame rabbit? Tame way. So then there's this joke that I never got a laugh from. I told it several times, no one ever laughed. And so there's two chocolate Easter bunnies are in the refrigerator. And one says to the other, why do these human beings always bite off our tails and our ears first? And the other one goes, huh? So you did get it, okay. Just in case you didn't get it, I actually.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
I told that joke one time and they just looked at me. And I had to explain it. You see, we're in the refrigerator. But I love this image. I came across this image and yes, fine, you've had this for years. Finally. I think it was the way I was telling the joke, I guess. I don't know. Tamsin, good job. We heard from Tamsin. Great joke teller. So, we want to remember, as we've been talking about a few times, that our friend Bishop John Shelby spoke, and I really want to bring him down here to speak. And we would love to bring him. It cost us several $1,000s, but we did draw quite a crowd. God is not a Christian. God is not a Jew or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist. I honor my tradition. I walk through my tradition, but I don't believe my tradition defines God. It only points me to God. And that's the experience of the divine he's talking about. It's the experience of God in the moment that Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism points us to an experience that is divine. And that's what Passover is about. That's what Easter is about for us, really. In Passover, and happy Passover to those of you who celebrate Passover. In Passover, God helped the Hebrews escape from the Tamsin. Go play, okay? I don't want you dancing in the back of the room right now. I know you're really hyped up. Little chocolate this morning. Go on. Go on, honey. Bye-bye. Good. You can see what I'm saying. It's like disconcerting. So God helped the Hebrews escape from their slavery in Egypt. Remember, remember the movie The Ten Commandments? They were all in Egypt, and God helped the Hebrews escape from their slavery by inflicting a series of plagues upon the Egyptians. The 10th and the worst of the plagues was that the Lord would put to death the firstborn of each Egyptian family. That was the idea. The Lord would put to death the firstborn of each Egyptian family. But so that the avenging angel wouldn't kill the sons of Israelites by mistake, the Israelites were instructed to mark the doorposts of their homes with the blood of a slaughtered spring lamb. And upon seeing this, the Spirit of the Lord knew to pass over that house and not kill the firstborn of those homes. Hence the English name of the holiday, Passover. What's happening here? What's going on?
It's good.
Okay, good. Just making sure we're okay. We don't need to close that door in there, do we? Okay, good. So I wonder, just curious, I wonder what sort of disease was going through the land back then. That so many times there were natural disasters or things that happened in the human drama that scripture writers would write stories about and have history lessons, but also metaphorical or allegorical spiritual lessons for the people. This may have happened, and it may not have happened. I love what Rabbi Zev Fair said. Rabbi Zev Fair, I don't know if I have his quote here. I meant to have his quote. I don't think I do. Did I email it to you?
Yeah.
Cool. No, it's fine. I think I remember. So what he said was, anyone who believes that the stories of Scripture happened exactly as they are is a fool. Anyone who believes that they could not have happened that way is a heretic. So it's like, maybe yes, maybe no. Take from these stories what you can learn. You know, who knows if it really happened that an avenging angel came through and killed others? I don't know. Maybe they all got sick on food poisoning or something. I don't know. Who knows? But one of the greatness about the Jewish people, traditionally, all the way down to modern storytellers, that they tell great stories. I'm gasping because I saw comedian
Louis Black.
Louis Black. Did you see that one? Jesus. Derek, you see this in church?
No.
He's talking about Louis Black is so great. He's talking about all this stuff. The Easter, Passover, and all. He said, we're just doing what Jews do the best. We're bullshitting you. We're bullshit. We feel bullshit. You should never mimic the comic because you get it wrong. But it was hilarious. It fell over me. Share. I love those lines. He just tells stories. They're storytellers. All the way down to modern. Can't think of the names of some of the recent movies. The movie directors and storytellers. that have graced our movie screens and our novels that we enjoy so much. And that's what they were doing. Often was telling stories that would intrigue the people and teach lessons, practical lessons for living. So many New Thought experts, like we're in New Thought, recommended metaphysical interpretation of Scripture. We're to mark the doorpost of our mind in this story. If you'll simply mark the doorpost of your mind with a sign or your intention that you are willing to sacrifice the empty pleasures of jealousy or resentment or your judgmentalism, your belief that you can't. How many have heard that way? Yeah, well, I might as well give up. This stinks. Can't do it. If you're willing to let go of those, and mark that doorpost of the mind, saying, I'm willing to let go of this, and let go of your comfort zone of slavery in Egypt, the Egypt of the ego. That's what the Egypt represents in metaphysical interpretation, is the ego mind. And the Israelites are your wonderful thoughts, your wonderful ideas are trapped in ego mind and not free to get out and express themselves fully. And so we're being told to trust that the activity of spirit, the avenging angel, will wipe out all thoughts of ego and limitation. Will wipe out all those thoughts of or will take away their disempower those thoughts of that there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with them, there's something wrong in my life, there's things shouldn't be the way that they are. We'll disempower that. We just set that intention. And then come from a place of being that I am rising in spirit, which is where Easter comes in. They really flow together nicely. You see, Yeshua of Nazareth, the great enlightened rabbi, who later was called Jesus by the Greeks, many years later, he was Yeshua. Never in his lifetime was he ever called Jesus. That was just, he never heard that name. You see, his rising into heaven after he was put to death is a brilliant metaphor for the fact that his teachings were ascended to anything practiced at the time and to this very day. He emphasized Eastern teachings of turning the other cheek. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are the humble. Blessed are the teachable. He emphasized the teachings of love and forgiveness and the amazing power of the law of attraction. I bet you didn't know that Jesus was a great teacher of the law of attraction. He talked about it. He said, whatsoever things that you ask for in prayer, believe you have already received them and you will receive them. That's law of attraction. Better than Abraham Hicks ever said it. That's law of attraction. Plain and simple. He talked about the law of love. He said, love God with your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole soul. Much as Mickey Singer. We talk about Mickey Singer, who follows Paramahansa Yogananda. Talk about devotion to God. God in the heavens, God out there, an avenging God. No, the God within you, the Lord within you, that higher aspect of your consciousness. That's who we praise when we sing a song of praise. Is a good way to start your day. We're not praising God out there. We're praising the higher consciousness in our own mind. We're praising the higher part of ourselves. It's the lower part that just got up in the morning and started trying to wake up and walks in and things aren't getting done. And then we start praising a higher aspect of our own consciousness, and we tend to rise up then into that higher aspect of consciousness. Jesus, Yeshua, who talked about the law of tithing and the law of generosity, affirmed the ancient law of generosity and tithing several times, and he extended it to others beyond our own circle of friends in the parable of the Good Samaritan. When the hero of the parable of the Good Samaritan was not the rabbi, was not the Jew who walked by, the Jewish acolyte, I don't know what the actual term is, but the assistant, or the Jewish cleric. It was not the religious Jews walking by. It was the Samaritan or the Arab who walked by and helped the person who would fall down, and helped the Israeli, the Hebrew who was hurt. Actually helped him and lifted up and took him in and had his wounds bound up and healed. He extended the idea of being a good neighbor, be loving to your neighbors beyond Israel, but to the world, beyond the United States, to the world, beyond your own neighborhood, beyond your own family, beyond your own circle of friends, to the world. That we're to love everyone. And how neighbors should treat each other and how nations should treat other nations. Many call this the age of Aquarius. That we are at, the dawning of the, remember that song? This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Sing on! Aquarius, Aquarius. Isn't that a great old song? Yeah, harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding, no more falsehoods or derisions, golden living, dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelations, and the mind's true liberation. How? Through Passover, to mark the doorpost of your mind and saying, okay, I'm going to have a mind free. I have an intention of freedom. I have an intention of being free of these resentments, of this anger, this upset, this simple, small hurt that I have, that my small mind has. I want to be lifted up and I want to be free. That's the point of the age of Aquarius. A time without war. A time without violence. That's what we're all about here. Who has a bulletin? A bulletin? You guys get bulletins anyone when you walk in? It's amazing. I bought the bulletins for this good. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, you see. Imagine a world in which each of us knows that we create our own reality, can create our success, happiness, peace of mind, and loving relationships. Imagine a world where partnership and harmony is the natural order. Imagine a world where violence and war are seen only as curious artifacts on the History Channel, and we humans are all just living and creating and having a good time. That's the kingdom of heaven. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's the age of Aquarius that we sang that song, the fifth dimension. And many other astrologers talked about it before the dimension, I know. But it's the essence of it. So Jesus talked about the kingdom of God, I really believe. That's what we're committed to. That's what we're about. That's what we're about. And the precedent to that is that we desire for you, that you discover the power within you to create the life of your dreams. That you have peace of mind and consistent happiness. That you enjoy deep and satisfying loving relationships and spend your days doing what you love to do. That you experience that your life matters and that the world is a better place because you're here. You have lots of fun along the way. See, that's what we're talking about. We're committed to creating the kingdom of heaven, the age of Aquarius. We're committed to creating life in the New Jerusalem. Carly Simon sang a great song. Called Let the River Run. And she said, let all the dreamers wake the nation. Come to New Jerusalem. The idea of the New Jerusalem was a story in Ezekiel about it was an ethnocentric story about Israel being top of the world. And the whole world looking to Jerusalem, the temple, and bowing down to the temple. And that's all well and good. The temple, if you understand the temple, is the place of peace. Is the consciousness of peace, joy, and happiness. That the New Jerusalem is the Jerusalem that transcends anything in the past. That's why it's called the New Jerusalem. A place of peace, contentedness, happiness, joy. She said, it's asking for the taking, trembling, quaking, shaking. Oh, my heart is aching. We long for this. Deep in our heart of hearts, we deeply desire to have this experience of peace. You ever watch the news?
No,
You ever watch CNN? Like, oh my God. I had it on for background music the other day. I could only take like a half hour. They kept saying the same thing over and over again. You know, what I love about it is that they say something dramatic about the airplane that crashed, and the co-pilot da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then but we don't know what really happened. Then they turn to an expert. And they say, well, can you bring us up to date? Yes, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but we don't know what really happened. They had an expert say exactly what the broadcaster said. And it's all drama. And then it's ISIS. And it's the terrorists. Oh my God. One after another. Don't you ever really deeply desire, how do we just all get along? That's what Jesus was saying. Jesus was saying. That's what lots of great mystics, Hebrew mystics and Indian gurus and Arab mystics, Chinese Lao-Tzu, that's what they were saying. Why don't we just get along? You know, focus on yourself. It'll all work out. Don't worry. Be happy. She said, Carly Simon says, we the great and the small, we stand on a star, and we blaze a trail of desire to the dark till dawn, moving through the darkness of ego mind, into the dawn of a new existence, and that's what's possible. That's what we're about. That's what I firmly believe the 12-step powers are about, by getting us out of the old addictive cycles of ego mind and moving people into a connection with a higher power. And many of us would never have found that higher power or that spiritual life without going through that. And others didn't have to go through that to experience that. But Carly affirms it's asking for the taking. This new world, this new Jerusalem is asking to be taken. It's asking for us to reach out and grab it and take it for ourselves. And it's a great opportunity that we have in life. It's what, of course, we want to put things in perspective. You take your progress as it comes. A great book, a big book about Alexander says we seek spiritual perfection. We seek spiritual progress, not spiritual perfection. We just take our progress and go, oh, okay, that's some progress there. So I felt that, so I didn't do it today. I wasn't perfect. It's okay. It's okay. I'm making progress. And Course in Miracles says, I really kind of got this whole idea of progress. Course in Miracles says that every time you take 5 minutes, every time you take 5 minutes in forgiveness or in prayer, meditation, you save 1,000 years of humankind moving towards the oneness. I was like, holy God, really? That's a long time. If it's just me doing it for 5 minutes, I save 1,000 years. So, we're in it for the long haul. I love that reincarnation thing. We'll be back. We'll be back. And we just do the best we can in this life to bring about the new Jerusalem in your life, in my life. That's what we need. Bring it into our lives and pray for it for the rest of humanity. Constantly forgiving ISIS, constantly forgiving the people in Congress, the people in the White House, constantly forgiving the leaders, the business leaders who do things like crazy things in Indiana in Arkansas this past week. Constantly. Those come up. The Indiana thing about the freedom of religion law, we need a freedom of religion law, that comes up for us to forgive and not to be dragged down by it. And it will keep coming up until you and I are able to go, oh, those sillies are at it again, without getting upset about it. And your mom and dad, your children it seems that they will continually do things that annoy you. Have you noticed that? Until you're able to totally forgive them and get really good at forgiving them. That's what seems to happen in my life. I think I got it all handled. And then last night somebody said something. I so lost it. I'm such a student here, just so you know. I'm such a student. These things I work out here for Sundays, I get to live them up all the week. It's amazing. Just amazing. Yeah, you lose it. Okay, now we're in progress, not perfection. Let's take a minute to go to prayer. If you're going to sing in a minute, come on up. So we go to prayer. We hold our hearts. Bless the world. With our intention to paint the blood of that spring lamb on the doorpost of our mind. I intend freedom from this drama that my mind creates. I intend to be able to release and relax them. I intend to release everyone from blame. I intend to be able to release my family. I intend to be able to release my employers, my coworkers. I intend to be able to release those people who oppress minorities, those people who oppress gays and lesbians, those people who oppress anyone in the world, blacks, Jews. I intend to totally be able to forgive and release my attachment to that drama. Because I desire for myself the New Jerusalem. I desire for the world the New Age dawning. I'm going to find these words before you start playing them. Yeah, let's do it. Good. So we give thanks. We're grateful for this opportunity to be together, fellow spiritual travelers, having this awesome, interesting human experience, creating the New Jerusalem. Let the river run. Let all the dreamers wake the nation. Come, the new Jerusalem. Silver cities rise, the morning light, the streets their beat and sirens call them on with the song. It's asking for the taking, trembling, shaking. Oh, my heart is aching. We're coming to the edge, running on the water, coming to the boat, your sons and daughters. We, the great and small, stand on the star and blaze a trail of desire through the dark till dawn. It's asking for the taking, trembling, shaking. Oh, my heart is aching. We're coming to the edge, running on the water, coming to the fog, your sons and daughters. Asking for the taking, trembling, shaking. Oh, my heart is aching. We're coming to the edge, running on the water, coming to talk your sons and daughters. And the river run, let all the dreamers wake the nation. Oh, come, the New Jerusalem. Come, the New Jerusalem. Delta, Deborah, Jeff, piano man, awesome, thanks. My favorite song, Jeff. Thanks. Okay, so the coffee team needs another member. Coffee team needs another member.
Okay, I'll be here on time. I just.
There's only one more member.
Oh, okay.
How many members do we have of the team now so far? How many members of the team so far?
What?
2. Okay, so we need one more member of the team. Good. 2 of you will be on the team. Excellent. Thanks. Okay, video team. Okay, I've got these out of order. Let's do this. Let's do this first. Put that kind of weak. Together, the spiritual universe is endless and inexhaustible. It is my sole source of supply. I give thanks that goodness and prosperity pour down on me all the time. I give thanks for the miracle of life and how it blesses me. I am inspired to love and serve the world. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Exactly like you and your 2 sons.
Yeah, see, the deal with the team is this. If we rely upon one person to do the whole thing, that person gets burned out too easily. Yeah, and so we really want to have 2 team members here for the coffee at 9:30, Jeff? Yeah, like no fool, like really 9:30 to make the coffee. Because people start drinking coffee at 10. So that we need that, and then the video team. We realize that we need a video team of about 3 people. If we're going to have a live streaming, we can't rely upon Jeff as one person. It doesn't work. We've tried doing that 3 times with 3 different people. George back in Midtown. Remember George, Mike? George, and then George left, and then the piano it just sits empty there, and then a wonderful man, Mike, and his wife Gail, and Gail died and they had a stroke. And so if there was a team, we would have had the lapses. Things would be accomplished. We need a team for video. If you're interested in being on a video team, please see me after. Celebrating our prosperity, yay. So we want to celebrate that we were able to do some things financially this month. We were able to save a little bit more money, and we reached a money that we were able to get the blue skies back here.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a whole bunch more of those back there. We just haven't figured out how to put them up right yet. Well, we're going to go back and talk to the company again about making sure that they're assembled correctly and getting their coaching on it or having them reassemble it for us. That cost us $980. Fortunately, Michigan Actor Studio, our landlord, threw in $300 for us. We negotiated that with them because they had us, they required that we do something different than what we were doing, because what we were doing was tearing up the stage. So that's why we had to buy something else. That's why you've been seeing all that orange stuff up there all this time. So the idea is that we'll have nothing but up here but blue skies going all the way across the stage, yes. And it'll be lovely. So we did that this month. And we were able to pay $280 down towards the Pride Festival. We're going to be at the Pride Festival in May 31st or so, that weekend, over on 9 Mile. And Jeffrey is helping us organize that. And there's a team working on that. And we spent $280 doing that. So we're about cleaned out, just so you know. We don't know what to do with that. We got a booth for Pride Festival, not sure what to do with it. That's what the marketing, we went and we priced balloons and helium for it, and it's amazingly expensive. So we're looking at frames and some wonderful things to do. We'll see. We'll see. People have ideas. We'll meet at the marketing meeting next week. So we have a lot to celebrate for our prosperity. So thank you, guys. Yes, thank you. I want people to know this. There's no church or synagogue started this. There's no corporation. Somebody asked me, are you planning to buy another church? Was there another church that started this, another spiritual lifestyle? I said, no. Just the people you see here getting together and doing it on Sundays. And throwing in some cash and making it happen. Okay. Let's bless the offering. We give thanks for this offering. We pledge and promise that this spiritual energy in the form of money will be used for our transformation, for the new Jerusalem coming in our hearts and minds and throughout the world. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. Amen. See Deborah for more information in the lending library, which is really running out of stuff.
Yep. So anything that you've got in the area of Abraham Hicks that you're complete with, let it back to the library. If you have a few CDs at home, bring them back in.
Yeah.
Meaning it's all been taken out?
Right.
Most of it.
Oh, okay.
Just not returned.
Refunded it.
Okay.
People didn't return the stuff.
Yeah, it's all-
Oh well, maybe we'll rethink this, the whole thing. When we were able to see what was happening, when we were able to have Law of Attraction, have Abraham Hicks live stream and make money from that, we would then tie money back to Abraham Hicks by buying their stuff. And we would put it up there. Well, two things happened. Number one, people took the stuff and didn't return it. And number two, Abraham Hicks stopped doing live streams. So, bada bing, bada boom, that's that. We may rethink the whole idea of a library. And because, it'll come down the road.
Yeah.
But I love this future, this visualization of what it could look like. What our law library, what our spiritual library could look like. It's a good vision. Tigers versus Yankees, Thursday, April 23rd at 1 p.m. There might be a few tickets left. I'm not sure. I have a hold list. If you want to be on the waiting list, give me your name and phone number on a communication form. Thank you for who set up and who. Pete, you set up today. Memphis set up today. Delta set up today. Here's the thing. There's too much to do in the morning. Deborah, you were here setting up too, weren't you?
A little bit.
Jeff was as well. There's too much to do setting up. It was just crazy here today. It was just crazy, and I couldn't handle it. And so we either need to get people coming in to set up earlier, or just rethink the whole process. So there's just too much to do to set up. Making the coffee, putting these things up, putting this thing up. So please consider looking at, okay, once a month, could I come and help Delta set up? And if you can, please talk to Delta about it. And then be on time. We've had people volunteer to set up. You think, why are about 10:15? No, setup happens at 9:30, right? 9:30, right? Yeah, if you're not going to be at 9:30, don't, I want to say don't come. That's a little spiteful. That's a little spiteful. But get it, that we setup happens at 9:30. This man's working his buzz off, so you have a nice experience. It's just not fair that one guy has to do it all. So please, if you want this place, if you like this place and it's valuable to you, where's that chickens thing? It's just us chickens. Nobody does this but us. So if you're interested in that, if you're not interested in that, it's okay. It's okay if you don't want to set up. It's okay, it really is. But if you are, talk to Delta afterwards. Okay, hold the vision with us for a minute. Beautiful facility. Meditation classes, workshops, great big facility for speakers like Bishop Spong and maybe Marianne Williamson and other great speakers coming. Maybe community organizations meeting in our facility. So many things that we can do in this Ferndale Royal area, northern Detroit area. So many ways we can be good neighbors to people. If we have a facility and the staff to manage it, what a difference it can make. Hold that, would you? Hold that consciousness and give thanks for it. Give thanks for the promise that this idea has, this New Jerusalem. Release any negative thoughts you have about any of this today. And be willing to embrace a higher consciousness as I am about it. Thank you, God, for blessing each one and every one of us and the people who will be here many years after we've done. Thank you, God. Please hold in our hearts further now. Percussion Mike, drummer Mike. And he gets back here and he's with us drumming and singing. Thank you, God. Thanks so much. Good friends, feel free to bring your good friends with you. Children, come and pray with us and will sing with us. Anything else to handle before we say goodbye? Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Passover. I love you. I'm so grateful you're here with me today. Very nice. Thanks. Bring him in, Delta. Hold on a second, Mike.
I heard that Jesus was actually extremely fond of having eggs for breakfast. Nobody.
You heard that Jesus was very fond of having eggs for breakfast.
Yes.
Okay.
And he would go around to his neighbors, they could hardly keep their eggs.
Yes.
He'd go around and say, make me some eggs for breakfast. Give me your eggs. I want some eggs for breakfast. So on Easter morning, when the word went out, Jesus has arisen. Everyone said, hide the eggs. That's how the tradition came.
Exactly. And there was no explaining about that at all, are you sure? Okay, kids, come on in. Happy Easter. Let's know that light of God surrounds us. Together. Idea. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Let's sing a peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song of vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
They tried to kill us, they couldn't, so we did. I love
I want you to know.
Oh, no, no, I didn't take it personally, no.
Bad news.
Oh, yeah.